What are the potential sources of risk in our business environment, including market, operational, and strategic risks? How can we systematically monitor these risks to anticipate and mitigate potential issues? What early warning signs should we look for that indicate a risk is becoming a reality? If you're wrestling with questions like those, this video series is for you. In this series of videos, Growth Innovation Strategy walks you through how to design your own strategy step by step, taking you from data points to a point of view. Let's get an overview of the process we'll help you with. Whether you're working with McKinsey, Bain, BCG, Deloitte, or GIS Consulting, the strategy process is the same. So far, we've polled our organization to see where we feel we are succeeding and where we perceive pressure. Then we did a customer and company level value chain analysis for a snapshot of our starting point. In this video, we'll look at the external factors in motion that will add headwinds or tailwinds to our business model, effectively an industry-level value chain analysis. We want to understand what our headwinds and tailwinds will be, where there are unknowables and uncertainties where we'll have to plan for worst case and best case scenarios. This level of analysis helps in several ways. It helps us understand competitive dynamics, understanding the competitive forces in our industry, including competitors, potential entrants, substitute products, the bargaining power of suppliers, and the bargaining power of customers. It helps us to identify profitability drivers, analysis into which factors most influence the profitability of the industry, guiding us on where to focus our strategic efforts. It helps with strategic positioning. This aids in determining how a company can position itself to gain a competitive advantage, either by exploiting certain forces or by protecting itself against others. That helps us to anticipate market shifts. The analysis can forecast changes in the competitive landscape, such as the threat of new entrants or changes in supplier power, allowing for proactive strategy adjustments. And finally, risk assessment. Understanding how external forces will impact our organization helps in assessing the level of risk associated with the industry, guiding investment and expansion decisions. Industry-level value chain analysis can add more granularity if you need it, and we'll address that in this video. Porter's Five Forces is a classic of strategic analysis, and this is where it fits into the process. You need to understand your external drivers. Those include the red ocean competitive rivalry, your customers' willingness to pay for your services, what your suppliers can charge you for inputs, and whether there are new entrants able to storm your competitive moats or substitutes able to avoid them. GIS often looks at a wider set of external forces too. The pace of innovation at your competitors, whether your industry is digitizing its value chain, whether there are complementary products and services that make your or your competitors' services more valuable to customers, and then macro factors such as the impact of industry deregulation and globalization. When the Navy High Performance Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels, flies in air shows, they often fly so closely that their aircraft almost touch. Anyone who's ever experienced a bumpy commercial flight might have a similar question. What happens if there's turbulence? The answer, according to one Blue Angels pilot, it happens. But they fly so closely together that the air moves all of them in the same direction. It's the same when you or your competitors face headwinds and tailwinds and turbulence in your industry. What does that look like for you? Qualitatively, it's helpful to say that you and everyone in your sector faces similar threats from, say, shifting customer demands and threat of substitutes, but that existing rivalry and supplier pressures will remain unchanged and the threat of new entrants seems low. In some cases, you may want to add quantitative rigor and put numbers behind your assessments. The process of creating an industry value chain is similar to that described in previous videos. The difference is the ability to apply insights from industry analysts, consulting firms, and news reports. If you can get this quantitatively detailed and need to, great. The result is a useful benchmark of where you and your competitors will be impacted by external forces and how each will impact your businesses. That's how to create and use this element of strategic analysis. And here's a look at the context again to see where it fits in. That's our overview. If your organization has purchased access to our GIS strategic process, you can watch step-by-step tutorials to answer each of the 9 critical questions on the way to developing your strategy. If you would like access to this series and don't have it yet, follow the link in the notes below or reach out to strategy@growthinnovationstrategy.com. If you think you need more, such as a strategic plan assessment or review, would like help from GIS to conduct strategic planning facilitation, want GIS to work with your team from start to finish to create your strategic plan, or want GIS Group to provide strategic plan support to ensure you get traction and build operational momentum out of your strategic plan, reach out to strategy@growthinnovationstrategy.com. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get more updates like this one. If you would like to take the full strategy course, visit the link in the comments below. Thank you.